Well, this is the lost footage, or what was the lost footage, of all of the stuff that we put together when we got our new laser, our beautiful work table, our beautiful laser,
Our beautiful laser. You don't get to see us unboxing
the
it.
screen printing stuff. I had it all. I had over 7 hours of footage that I lost, and I was heartbroken.
It just disappeared.
So this is our first test. It goes on way longer than it has any business
Right.
doing, but it's fine. And it's on a really awful board, but I just wanted something to test that was throwaway. So.
Yeah, because we hadn't really made anything up to use for this or anything.
Nope.
We're just trying an old little bear design, I think it is.
It is, yeah. It's the old bear design. Yeah.
We're so much better at getting the angle now where you can actually see what it's engraving.
Well, and I very recently got a phone just last year. Yeah, and I started recording with that, and it does so much better than my iPad did. But yeah, it's we've got some improvements. This year we have some dual mics, so we can clip them on with the little lapel mics, and we can actually get both of us talking even when one of us walks out of the room, which is usually me walking out of the room while I'm in the middle of speaking.
Or I walk away from the camera to go to the heat press that's like a couple steps away or whatever, so.
Which kind of results in a lot of footage that I have to chop out, and then, we have to do voiceovers like this to cover what we've lost. So hopefully that improves that situation.
Which we kind of did a test shoot. It was going to be, I think it's in a different video, where we were doing inventory, and we had, or at least I had my mic on, and I was walking back and forth all through our whole office space, and it worked, so we were happy about that, because, we would try to remember what we were saying, come back, say it again, or whatever, because we weren't really doing voiceovers when we were doing videos before. We just kind of talked in them and let them be real time, which we probably still will do that most of the time, hence the lapel mics, so that we can just kind of do it more organically than like this. But all this footage that we're showing right now probably will be in one more video, or just this one?
Which ones? The inventory?
Yeah.
And the mics?
Does that have any of...
That's in the next one.
Okay, and that's all from this year, from 25, right?
It's from the end of 24 into 25.
So we had a lot of footage, and it just was not working with getting videos made. So we kind of decided we'd put it together like this, and we might just have to do voiceovers for this stuff that was like 23 and 24. And then in 25, we'll be able to kind of decide what we want to do on a per video basis.
Yeah.
So this was all leather. They call them key fobs, but it's just like keychains, big keychains. And we decided we would laser engrave some designs on them and dye them. Because we've been doing a farmer's market that's super local to us for this will be our third year?
This will be
our third year, so 2 years. So we were just trying to bring a little bit more like handmade stuff. I'd wanted to try to do this stuff forever. And I bought a bunch of stuff to try with it, and then we did the engraving. And then you'll see the recurring theme of lantern design. So in the last video, we were screen printing like an autumn lantern on a shirt, and our whole idea was we were gonna have a like little season of lantern designs. So that one that you just saw on the keychain was the winter design, but we've never made the spring and the summer design. So maybe someday you'll see the full range of season designs for the lanterns.
Now coming into this new year, we're kind of expected to go to a very local car show. They're going to give us a free table, so we might go there. So I'm going to be making a lot more car designs and stuff, which is cool with me because I like drawing cars, and specifically old cars and old motorcycles are my jam. So
we try to be eclectic, because if we really like, we have a wide variety of interests, so we really like doing fantasy designs and doing D&D designs, and you guys have seen quite a few like kind of wildlife designs that you saw earlier, which was, I think, like the elk laser engraved on the key fob and the horse and stuff like that, and we like doing all of those things, and it kind of works for us because we end up having to do a lot of stuff just to make it work. Just to make it work, you kind of have to be open. I say that in, I don't know, maybe in the reel I had on Instagram or something, but we cut vinyl letters for trucks. We do whatever. That's just something to, make up money to do other stuff, and that's just how it is. We don't live in a big place where you can go to cons and do all that. So you just, those cute little Halloween Disney keychains we just made for our mom. We didn't sell them or anything, but she was gonna go to the Mickey's Halloween party with her friends, so we made those.
Yeah, she really wanted one, and the one that she was going to get, she couldn't get. We're like, we'll just make you one.
It's like, we'll just make one on our little aluminum keychains, because they actually turn out really well. For some reason, I have a hard time lining them up, but that's just a me thing. But they turn out really well. I don't think we've had one that burned, and they take color really well. That's one thing I was always kind of scared to do, the metal sub stuff, because I thought it would burn. I mean, it's metal. But I've made a couple license plates, and like a vanity plate, and then these keychains. I think I only had 5 or 10 of them or something like that. Me struggling. But they turn out really good. So
yeah, they do turn out really well. But I will say for them that you want to put them in a place they're not going to get bumped about, because they will scratch and stuff pretty easily. That's the one downside. I'm kind of wondering if there's a sort of coating or something we can buy to just make them a little more scratch resistant, because I really hate that they do that so easily. And that's just things that I've seen from us setting up for the market.
Yeah, and I'm sure some of it's I bet the heat weakens that coating just for how hot they have to get and everything. And I'm sure that doesn't help. You're going to see a reoccurring theme of this leaf photograph, which is my picture that I took when we were on vacation years ago. And for some reason, we were like, oh, let's put that on some stuff. We were trying to mix both of her art, some of my photography to put into the business, and we're like, oh well, let's use this leaf picture. So this leaf picture, we always joke, is the backbone of our business, because every time we make something with it, people are like, oh, that's beautiful, and they buy it.
For sure. Now we have the newer-ish design, which is shells on a beach, and we've sold a few of those. And then we have our acorns and leaves.
The acorns and leaves.
I think a lot of people a couple people from Washington and Oregon have ordered cups and things that have those.
And it's
on there.
always, if I see the address and it's the Pacific Northwest, I'm like, oh, they bought something with the oak leaves. Which is fine. Thank you guys. We appreciate that. We like it too. This was for a crossbody bag. I don't know if I show it on. It just velcros in the back. The actual bag zips, and that flap goes over it and velcros down. So it is really awesome. I was excited to try those, and then they actually just turned out really well, and they were easy to make. So, and that's what you want, because if you do any sublimation, you fight with stuff sometimes. There's a lot of stuff that you spend the money on, and you're like, it's not consistent. It could be your press, it could be whatever. A lot of times I feel like it is the blank, because you'll get blanks like this, and these all turned out good. These metal keychains look good. That bag flap, for lack of a better word, turned out well. We're making a little D&D keychain here.
I'm in love with these wooden keychains. Every single time we have a new design, I want it on the metal keychain.
We're just like,
metal. Wooden.
Yeah. No, they're fun. They're pretty sturdy. They're they engrave really clean.
Well, and it's something that you wouldn't really worry so much about putting on your key ring and stuff with your keys, because it's not going to get scratched up and dinged as bad as the metal ones, and I really appreciate the durability.
Our sister does the farmer's market with us, well, one of our other sisters. She does bring sourdough down, and we made her a little keychain like this with a stand mixer on it, and she's had it on her key ring for months now, and it still looks fine. It looks like the day that we made it. No, these are fun. I like them a lot. We have a bunch of different sizes. We have this kind of rounded corner rectangle squelvely one. I kind of wish I hadn't put that on the back. I like it, but
I think we should have put another dice or something.
Yeah.
Or even a dragon.
Yeah. Oh, I kind of want to workshop a different sword design that's dark, because that one
it's
just...
too light.
Yeah, because it's so small.
Yep, I should.
Then this one's just like a rectangle, and I don't know what we're putting on it. Who knows?
You're gonna find out.
Actually, really funny, what we have started doing that kind of seems like it worked is we put one of our cricket mats inside of here so we could stick stuff down on, because we were oh, it's a gun. It's a revolver. We were making a that one turned out really pretty. We were making patches, just some little leatherette patches, and one flew away, and it flew out from under those little slats that I have in there. It just flew off, and I looked over, and it was laser engraving the bottom of the machine. The patch was completely gone, had flown away to Timbuktu as soon as the air assist came on, and
so we have part of a person's name.
Somebody's name is engraved on our So now we put the cricket mat down, so the sticky ones, and we just stick stuff to it. And honestly, it does kind of help because it has the grid lines on it. So for some patches and stuff, it does help.
And this one I think is a little sleeping mouse.
It is, yep. This one I don't even think we have for sale, because actually on the back of it, I had put the picture into Xtool, and you have to like edit it so that it does the exact. This is our farmer's market setup.
It's better now.
It's even better now. We've done so much stuff for it. But I had set the setting wrong in the Xtool thing, and it made it so tiny on that circle. It was a little tiny, tiny one. And I'm like, well. These linen bags are really nice. They sublimate really well.
Took me a while to draw that saddle.
Mm-hmm.
And then she had the cool idea to color in some of this one, and I think it made it so cool.
These are little keychain chapstick holders. Scissors. What were we doing? We're making a lot of stuff, it looks like. I wonder if we actually made all that. You can see that bag right there. Yeah, see, there you go. The shell bags. We made a planet bag. This we did, circling back to the car show, the high school has a, like, car shop class, and the teacher there asked if we would make some of these shirts. They had already got the shirts. I don't know if they thrifted them or if they bought them, but they just had the shirts and they brought them to us, and then we did DTF transfers for them.
Yeah, so I drew this all of these, all of this picture, which is a crazy picture. Kind of in the style that he wanted. He wanted kind of a rat fink kind of design. So yeah, then she put in for all the DTFs. And that's what we're doing here, is just putting them all on the shirts.
Yeah, so this was a lot of
measuring.
This was a lot of measuring.
The dreaded measuring.
At least all the shirts were a large. I'm pretty sure all the shirts were a large. They weren't different sizes, so that definitely helped, because I just measured how far everything needed to be and wrote it down, so it was like kind of middle-ish, and yeah, so I didn't have to do that for a bunch of different size shirts, and that definitely saved time.
And luckily, he was really impressed with the design, and he really liked what we did, which was nice because we'd never done anything like this before, and definitely not on this scale.
That I got mad. I kept getting mad because my fluffy things were coming off the heat press, and I was trying to take these shirts off and just throw them on the floor. Not the shirts, but the fluffy pads. Oh, it looks good. I love that. I'm happy. In looking back, I'm like, oh, I'm so happy with that. I'm glad it.
But when we were making
it worked out.
Scary.
But when we were making it, that was kind of one of the like biggest things we'd ever really done.
And then of course we couldn't show it, but on the front we had all of the kids' names.
Yep.
So that was cool.
So we're doing a cork coaster. These things stink, but they are fun to make. They're very consistent, and people really like them. People really like them at the farmer's market anyway.
Yeah. Yep, they seem like they hold up, and they're...
I would like to do...
easy to store.
I'd like to do some wood ones. And, like, put the finish and everything on them, but that's a
whole nother beast.
He's just going.
I need to draw some different horses because that's like the only horse head design that we have. Yep. I just wasn't sure exactly what I could get away with when we first got the laser. What kind of lines I should use, how big things could be, how detailed things could be, because we had just come from doing screen printing where when I do silhouettes, it's got to be chunky or else we can't weed it properly. It breaks and then the paint gets underneath it and ruins it. So it was very difficult.
Coming from working with vinyl.
Oh, for sure.
Like quite a bit to doing this, which it can work really small. I mean, we made some little tags. We've made some dog tags. We've made little keychains for our sisters that had pictures of their dogs on them, and those are really small. I don't even think they're they might be 2 inch, maybe 2 inches, but it's way smaller than even these coasters are. Oh look, before our laser got tagged with somebody's name. I do think there's a different setting now, so it doesn't get as hot. You can see those bears. I think they were a little bit hot.
I thought they turned out perfectly.
It looks nice, but sometimes if you're doing that really dark silhouette, I feel like it's getting a little bit warm. But who knows? These probably aren't even vector in the thing. That might be why it's
maybe
doing it way more simple. I'll have to look.
The bears were vector because I had to make those for vinyl forever ago. I did an elk.
This laser doesn't have the camera in it. Some of them do. This one doesn't, so those crosshairs definitely help.
Next we have the S1.
Yep. Yeah, actually, now, well, I think they had it forever, but we never set it up, where you could go in the app and you can take a picture after you put the, like, I don't know what the word is for that. The little picture pinpoints.
Placement guys, yeah.
Yep. And that helps. You still have to watch because it can get off, but it helps you at least kind of see what it's going to look like. Here's that saddle design again.
This one takes a long time.
It takes a long time because the saddle was really complicated, and I actually think the saddle even was in vector because it kept erasing little parts, and I was trying to like get it to put them back in by sharpening the image or whatever. So this one took a long time. But it turned out really cute. I think we sold most of these that we ever made.
So we live in one of the yeehaw states, so.
What is this? Almost the end of the video. We're packing. Yep. We're packing a cup. Our nice order. We hadn't even had our scale for that long. I think this was the first time we got to use it.
Acorn and leaves.
Oh, there's an acorn and leaves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, we were so scared because this was the first time we sold a cup, I think.
Yeah.
And we were terrified about sending it and it going in one piece.
Yeah. And we use a lot of just kind of recycled packaging that we have, so not a lot of frills and fuss. I mean, I try to put our sticker on if I've got one printed, but a lot of times I'm kind of just looking for safety and to just reuse stuff that we have. We have a lot of bubble wrap and boxes, and if I can get things to fit in kind of in reuse stuff, I kind of try to do that.
We had also just barely bought this scale right here, and we were so excited to be able to use it and see if it got the right weight. I think you have to, I don't know, kind of round up a bit on the weight, but other than that, I think it's really, really handy. And now we have a label printer, so
yes, we've actually really got to use it. We joked that we finally got the laser printer, the label printer, sorry. Finally got the label printer, and we were manifesting, and so it got us some orders just from that.
It's crazy how fast those things can print. You do not want to make a mistake. They will just chuck out a bunch.
The first time, I'm glad I wasn't filming because it freaked out, and it printed like, I was just trying to print a little thing that we had, just kind of, see how it worked, see if I got it lined up. It just spat out like 7 of them. I couldn't even, like, before I even realized what was happening, I couldn't even stop it. I was like, no, my papers.
It's still printing.
And it was just like, it's like, oh man. But, you live, you learn.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.